Okay, so we are live.
Oh, boy.
Neil Schuster coming at you from the ones and twos. Solly has the evening off, so I bet you didn't expect to see me here. I'm joined by my esteemed colleagues, Mr. Big Randy
Thank you, Neil. Namaste.
and Mr. Tron Carter. How are you guys?
Great.
Doing
Great,
well?
man. Yeah, good to be here.
Happy to
Good
be here as
talking
well.
about
And we
golf.
also have off-camera DJ Pyhowski in his favorite role as Christoph, the voice of God.
Guys, happy to be here. I gotta come clean. We're using a different computer. I don't have the opening credits on here. I totally forgot.
Tough scene.
So-
we gotta cancel it.
Is it really a live show without those?
I know that's what many people are asking.
I've got to be honest. I think this is my first live show, and I'm hosting it.
Really?
How about
Hey,
that?
welcome.
Careful with
You've
you know,
watched more than we have.
I know, so hopefully I can tee you guys up for some stuff. But happy to be here. Happy that golf is back. Happy to have Schwab as the title sponsor, both of the tournament and of this live show. And they got a charity raffle going on. TC, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, basically they're trying to with no hospitality, no pro-ams, no spectators. That's how all these tournaments raise money for charities. So trying to do some money online instead. So they're running a raffle. We've donated a round with us at Jack's Beach, and so I think the drawing is tomorrow at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern on Friday, so 9 a.m. Central tournament
Okay.
time. But yeah, just get involved. I think 10 entries is $10, and then it goes from there.
Love it.
Schwabgolf.com.
Schwabgolf.com. And please send in questions as we're doing a live show. Christoph's going to funnel them in to us as
I was
we
just
go.
gonna say, yeah, I'll be reading the questions.
All right, you
I'll
just-
be protecting your egos from any of the
Roll the
many people
grenades in, man.
making fun of your appearance, that kind of
That's
stuff. We'll
all
keep that
good.
up.
Bring it
I'll
on.
tweet out a link to. We'll follow up with a link to the raffle after this, and then we'll. I'd like to invite people, if you do choose to participate, send us a screenshot of it, and we'll throw out some NLU Pro Shop credit too.
Oh, yes. Get yourself a strap shirt.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. And some koozies on the table.
Yeah.
Like to see you guys use
Benefits local DFW charities as well as like national COVID relief charities.
Love it.
Metroplex charities.
Plex, yes.
Yes.
All right, guys, golf's back. Let me ask you two. Locked in all day. What were your feelings? Tell me.
Oh,
How did it feel, Randy?
I was so excited. I couldn't sleep last night. I was, just felt like I was on a sugar rush all day. I shaved my beard
Yeah,
Yeah,
Randy was
why?
looking like Grizzly
because
Adams.
golf's back. Quarantine's over.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
Nobody told John Rahm that. Rahm needs to see a barber.
we need to discuss that because I thought his hair, I thought it
We're
looks
going to
great.
get to the player breakdowns, but I want to ask, were you giddy? Did it feel like a major? Like,
There was
in all seriousness.
there was legitimate excitement, right? Like we had joked talking about golf when there's actually golf going on is a hell of a lot more fun, and not to mention kind of easier when there's golf being played. So I was excited to watch. I think Colonial is we feel very strongly about Colonial. It's a great course, first event back. So all around, very excited. Golf is back, and I was eagerly tuned in all day.
Love it.
Randy, I
TC, we'll give you the last word.
I think the proper nomenclature is return to golf. The tour has copyrighted it and trademarked it.
Thank you.
No, I was pumped. The feature groups were awesome all day. Brooks dropped a massive F-bomb as soon as the Golf Channel came on.
Right off the
air.
bat.
That was great. I was excited. It was compelling all day. I really didn't notice that much of a difference between fans and no fans. Coverage looked pretty similar, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess good for all the people that worked hard to bring it to us, but
Yeah.
probably also telling that they were able to do that without, by having half as many people on site.
Well, I think the vibe of no fans, no stands, we could probably pontificate about, but we wanted to bring in author and journalist Kevin Robbins, who's on site for Golf Digest this week. We're going to have him call in and actually give us a firsthand account of what the vibe was like. So hold please for Kevin.
Can you hear me through my mask?
Kevin, this is Neil, and yes, we hear you loud and clear. You are live, piped into the kill house here. Tell us, what is the vibe out there, both on the course and with the mask on the course?
I'm going to take the mask off because I'm socially safe 6 feet from other people. Wow. So I don't know how to describe it, man. It's sleepy. It's kind of nice. Saturday when some people are on vacation, so the course isn't completely packed, and that's what it feels like with better swings and with caddies.
So you felt a big difference between a normal Thursday morning, because, I mean, let's be honest, there's probably not a ton of fans on a Thursday at any PGA event or other than majors, but it felt a lot different?
Well, here's the thing. It's going to look like this Sunday too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and some players did make that distinction that especially the guys who went out early, that it felt like an early morning round on a Thursday, except it never changed. And, so like on a nice day today, which is lovely here, no wind, high 80s, they'd expect 18,000 people. So, eventually, when Ryan Palmer, who hit the first shot, teed off at 650, when he finished, there'd be, a good throaty crowd here, and there's just no one.
What's it been like, Kevin? This is Randy. What's it been like since you've arrived in Fort Worth? And, can you walk us through the testing process you've had to undergo? And, what's your sense of how the players have taken to the testing process?
Oh, wow. There's a lot to unpack there. So I think, we need to make a distinction between screening and testing. Most of the people here have been screened, myself included. So that means we answer a brief questionnaire every morning, and we get a temperature scan. So are you still there?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Sorry. I was getting beeped on the other end. The players underwent a self-administered test, actual test, a swab, to get here, and caddies too, and everybody who's so-called essential staff. So these are the people who are in what they're calling the bubble, which the bubble's debatable. The problem is, I wish I could show you the putting green 6 hours ago. I can't. It's vacant now. But these players they're shoulder to shoulder, man, and there are coaches out there on the range, and it feels weird. The tour, I think, has recommendations for social distancing. It's not a rule; it's a recommendation. So once they're in the gate, it feels like kind of like anything goes. So I stay away. I wear my mask when I get close to people, which is in the media center, not so much out on the golf course. But I feel like, I don't know, man. I hope people are going to be well after this week.
Kevin, this is Tron. I saw a memo go out to players and coaches. Or I guess the coaches are getting a little too cozy with the players. Saw that earlier. So they got their hands slapped a little bit and said, "Hey, there's ropes up for a reason, and there's no fans here, but you're the ones that are supposed to stay out of the ropes." Which the
coaches, the coaches got it today, and I think the players and the caddies got it yesterday. So literally after the first day, the tour is sending out a reminder that they should be taking care of themselves.
I need to see Slugger administering a 2-shot penalty for lack of social distancing.
That's what one caddy said to me. I got into a bit of I got to admit, I got into a bit of trouble with the tour on the first day. The guidelines that were sent to us, I thought, were pretty clear, and that we weren't supposed to approach players. It didn't say anything about caddies, so I was approaching caddies. I later got admonished for that. I still have my credential, thankfully, but it was touch and go there for a minute. Anyway, I was talking to one of the caddies about this, and he was, so confused. Like, what am I supposed to do, and what am I not supposed to do? And if I'm not social distancing with my player, like, what's the penalty? Is there a penalty? Is there a 1-shot penalty? Is it stroke and distance? He was being funny, but at the same time, he's making a good point.
You're there on, I know you're doing work for Golf Digest this week. Without tipping your hand necessarily, are there certain stories or angles that you're chasing or that you're most interested in?
Honestly, I don't have anything that I'm working on for the week. I'm writing a couple of daily things. I did something on the caddies yesterday. I did something on the volunteers yesterday. I did something on the 846 tee time this morning, and I just finished a kind of a vibe story about how players felt about playing in front of no people. It was kind of fun and kind of funny to listen to players talk about their what they compared it to. Like Gary Woodland said it felt like college golf, and Tom Lehman said he felt like it was back in the Hogan Tour days. And so, I'm not really doing the gamer. Someone else is doing that. They're relying on me because I think I'm the only one who's on the ground for Golf Digest here, just kind of like eyes and ears.
So, Kevin, last question. What do you think the most unique either quote or interaction you saw today, or golf shot?
Oh, wow.
Or volunteer. Can we throw a volunteer?
I mean, you can take that any direction you want. But anything that stuck out to you as like, wow, we're in 2020, or something that just caught your eye.
Yeah, man. Like I was standing. I spent a lot of time today at the confluence of 8 green, 9 tee, 12 tee, 11 green, and number 8's a par 3, and
where the party deck was supposed to be.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like the best spot on the whole course.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It's a good spot. There's lots of shade there, which is why I was there. There are a couple of like really close shots on number 8. And to watch those materialize with literally no response from anyone is, it's kind of mind boggling. Like, even like you guys playing at Jacksonville, if somebody would have hit it that tight, there would have been a commotion. Nothing out here because there's no one watching.
And even among the players, not a ton of interaction or, great shot, bud.
That might have happened on those par 3 shots, but I was so far from the tee that even in this silence, I couldn't hear. There was this like awkward exchange when Dustin Johnson and Rose and Bryson finished. And all of them played pretty well. Dustin not so much, but Rose shot 63, and I think Bryson shot 65. And they didn't know what to do when they finished. They finished on number 9, and Bryson and Dustin did fist bump, but Rose didn't want to fist bump, and it was awkward. Nobody knew what to do, and of course, there's nobody around anyway to witness it. It's a very strange experience, I got to admit.
Yeah. Well, Neil said last question before, but this is actually the last question. How thick is?
I got all the time you want.
How thick is Bryson? He was kind of the talk of the internet today.
Man, did you see what that shirt he was wearing today?
It looked like he had a weight belt on. I felt like I was back in college trying to hit the deadlift.
Yeah, no, it was like the worst possible. Why he would wear that shirt with black pants? Like he needs somebody to approve his what he wears every morning.
That's the scary part. I think they're providing him with that.
Yeah,
it's just like the stuff that Rom gets from Adidas. Like, how could anybody ever approve this?
He is monstrous, man. He's one of the groups who came through when I was up there at 8 green 9 tee. So I got within 8 feet of him, and he is so big, man. I don't know how he can make a turn.
Well, I love it. That's exactly the firsthand perspective we're looking for. Kevin, thank you for your time, and hopefully we can check back in with you later this week.
Absolutely, anytime. Enjoyed it.
All right, see ya.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, stay well.
All right, well, guys, I think that takes us right into the leaderboard. Let's take a look at the leaderboard
I do
and
want
players to watch.
Sung Kang made a hole-in-one on the broadcast, which they were like,
You made a hole-in-one today?
Just a moment ago. And I'm like, Randy, I bet this goes in, dog. It was on 13.
He said, Randy, pay attention now. This is going to be good.
Sure enough, it goes in, and like nothing happened. Like,
What about on the team? Could they see it?
They could see it, but like Brendan, there was no high fives, there was no nothing. It was just like,
Yeah, the players didn't even
But like I couldn't tell if it was because of COVID or because it was Sung Kang.
All right, well, let's start with the topic of the day, Bryson. All right, he's 5 under, so 2 off the lead, I believe. I got one question for both of you. Are you down with the thickness?
we watch the video?
Of course.
The video's rolling, guys. Yeah.
I mean, is there any sound with the video, or should we just talk over it?
No, just this is radio. Just keep talking.
Did you guys watch the video in its entirety?
I watched the clip of it earlier today. I've not seen all 15 minutes of the B-roll.
Can you set the stage of what video you're talking about?
Bryson put out a video. I think it's a compilation of the last 3 months, maybe 6 months of him grinding in the gym. A lot of
B-roll.
A lot of B-roll with, to a soundtrack of his choosing, I'm guessing. And he is pushing himself to the max. He's maxing out, and he is doing a lot of arm. He's doing some forearm work. I mean, he's doing a lot of resistance machines.
Yeah, it was like a look at the Penn State
Hold on,
locker.
the flex part's coming up. This is my favorite part. Okay, all right, there we go.
All right.
So it was like a lot of Nautilus-looking machines.
Yes.
Like old school.
It's
weight stacks and
cable resistance stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of like somebody said on Twitter. It's like, I think everybody goes through this phase in their life where they want to get swole, and you go to the gym, and the easiest machines to figure out how to use and stuff are the resistance machines. And it seems like Bryson was just like, I'll take one of those, I'll take one of those, I'll take that. Give me 2 of those. Give me 6 of those.
Machine.
And he's just, he's just getting brawny. Now I got to ask again: are you guys down with the thickness?
Bryson or DJ sold me on it. Like he hasn't shut up about it for 3 or 4 days, really for 3 or 4 weeks. And yeah, I mean, it's performance art at this point, right?
For sure. And this is just the start, right? Like the most fun is going to be seeing where it goes.
Yes.
Good or bad.
Well,
good or bad.
I'm on record as being, just flummoxed, really, as to what we're thinking. I mean, short term, yeah. He's hitting the ball a long way. I was watching him swing today, though, and he's swinging out of his shoes. He looks like a 15 handicap on his follow through. But the ball's going like 340. It's crazy.
He was out driving DJ by like
I know,
30,
but my point is
yards.
like, is he prioritizing like short-term literal gains and then risking injury?
Gains with a Z? Is that gains with a Z?
Like heavy gains, Chris Gaines.
Yeah,
style.
he might. Like I'm worried about soft tissue.
That's a good
industry.
nickname for him. Chris Gaines.
Chris Gaines with a Z. That might stick.
He's like creating a whole super.
Because he's got
it's
some-
a whole new persona.
He's almost got some like aloof Garth to him as well.
Well,
Exactly.
Neil, what kind of injuries should we be looking out for?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you.
And by no means am I a physical trainer of any kind, but,
But
I
you're
just
kinda
I got a
brawny.
little bit of from college and doing football workouts and being in the squat rack a lot. I got
Is
a
he
lot of
doing Olympic lifts,
PTSD
though?
watching him. All I can say is watching him waddle on the greens. Like I can see he's gonna have some chafing issues. His thighs are gonna be rubbing together. He's got invisible lat syndrome. Like it's not a comfortable. It's like nice to feel swole, but it's also like not that comfortable. Your joints ache, and I think there could be some issue with your muscles overpowering like the rest of your like skeletal structure. I don't know, and like ripping some things off the bones, some ligaments, some tendons.
Soft tissue,
I don't know.
connective tissue injuries.
I don't know, but I'm concerned about that for him. But I am entertained by watching him. So
My favorite part of the video was him doing stuff around the house too. Like he was picking up a bunch of like limestone rocks.
he was smoking the meats. TC was smoking the meats.
Like my man Zuck,
Yeah.
meat like a brisket.
Well, like you, you've been deep in the green egg scene. Like you got to respect that, right?
Yeah.
Respect though, he's continues to be a content machine, and he's truly an iconoclast. I think,
and he's 5 under.
and he's 500.
Anyone who didn't think he was going to play well today doesn't know Bryson at all. That's what I was trying to get across on the podcast.
I mean, he's hyped.
Neil, in your ass today.
I said I'm on record on the podcast of saying he's not going to win this week. I'm going to stick to that. But man, he came out firing. So,
But that's
credit
the
to
whole
Bryson.
thing with picking whoever won't win. The sweet spot is coming with somebody who comes in second and plays really well. But you're like, I told you guys he wasn't going to win.
All
I
right.
want to also give a shout out to Tommy Two Putts in the comments who called him Girth Brooks as well.
That's
Girth
strong.
Brooks is good.
Chris
Girth
Gaines
Brooks
and Girth
and
Brooks.
Chris
We might have
Gaines
to make
is really
a
good.
poll to see which one wins that one.
I guess I'll say if anybody else has any other Bryson nicknames, this now would be the time to share them.
Toss him in the thread. All right. Next, tied for the lead, Harold Varner. If I told you yesterday that Harold Varner was going to hit 18 of 18 greens, let me repeat that. 18 of 18. All the greens. He
Is
hit
that all
the
of them?
greens. That's all of them. He hit every green. And he's going to be tied for the lead. Would you have believed me?
Probably not.
Neil, I would have.
Would you?
Yeah, I trust you implicitly.
Yeah.
No, in all seriousness, like obviously it's a hell of a round of golf. And he alluded to it in his post-round interview. I can only imagine how hectic and busy and he's getting stretched and asked to, obviously with the George Floyd and protest situation of the last week and a half. He's a voice that everybody has been wanting to hear from, and to be able to concentrate and be in top form when the tournament starts and respond with not only 63, but as you said, hitting every green, which tells you how well you hit the ball. It's super impressive. So, yeah, all credit. Very impressive.
And on the same topic, the 8:46 a.m. moment of silence, empty tea time this morning.
Yeah,
It was fine. I mean, it was awkward because it came in with an air horn, like 3 blasts of the air horn, which is normal. Like that's what they do to stop play or whatnot. But like when I first saw it, I was like, when you hear an air horn, you think it's gonna be like a mixtape or something like that. So it was just like I don't know, it was kind of a weird thing. And then, but yeah, it was a nice gesture or whatever. I thought the words were a little bit selectively chosen.
I appreciate the gesture, but sometimes I don't need the cheekiness in a way. Not cheekiness, but the subtlety of it. It's almost more like, well, maybe we can donate some money. We can do some actionable stuff a little bit more. But
it's hard. I mean,
it is hard.
It's hard. It's nice that they're doing something. I think, Jay Monahan, the commissioner, like where I come out is, and we address this as a company is like the action, or the words are kind of one thing, but the real thing is like everybody's got to try to put some action behind it, right? And I think that's Monahan alluded to it. He was quoted, there's an opportunity for us, kind of speaking about the First Tee. They have this huge platform, 144 chapters, like 5,000 schools involved. He's like, there's an opportunity for us as kids start to matriculate to make certain that they're getting access to the game of golf, to play it, and access to the golf industry. And it's like, if we want to, like, that's where I think I'm most interested in, like, yes, do your work there, right?
Let's hear more about that.
Yeah.
Or golf does an exceptionally shitty job of that.
As a sport, yes, it does.
Like, that's where they should be judged instead of on, an 846, and like that's nice, but ultimately, like this is where their legacy will be.
Yeah.
So
on a less serious note, you guys want to hear some more Bryson nicknames?
Please. Actually, DJ, can you hand me that beer right there?
Sure.
Thanks, bud. Hold on. We're gonna restock here. Reload.
We had Jim Furyk, GYM. I thought was pretty good.
Very strong.
But why Furyk?
Like Jim, GYM.
Yeah, but why?
Listen, I don't know. I didn't make that up.
That's a good nickname. Maybe not for.
We don't have to pick
Bryson.
them apart. Let's just move through them. Victor Hovland, someone called him. But why Victor Hovland?
Well, no, that
one makes sense.
Victor Dubuisson.
Victor Dubuisson, I like a little bit better.
DeChambeau Jackson is pretty good. Luke Lift.
Luke Lift played well today at Sawgrass.
How about that?
Corn Ferry.
There's
Okay, moving on. Also tied for the lead. Also in the cash room, Morton Previtt. No, Justin Rose.
Rosie.
Proud to partner with Honma.
So we'll set the stage here. Misses 3 cuts, switches away from Honma, and shoots 63. DJ, can
we'll let me stop you right there.
Honma.
Honma, sorry, whatever. Wahlberg, come on, it's all the same. Can you roll a clip for us?
Yeah, well, there's no audio again. But,
okay.
This was my favorite tweet of the day.
Kind of our approximation, I think, of how Onma feels today after seeing.
We're a bunch of fucking wankers, all right?
Shout out to Gunter Steiner.
Team Haas forever.
It's definitely worth noting.
Team Haas stinks.
DJ, I will get it fixed. I will get it fixed.
DJ said it to me today. He's like, God, Rose 50-1. Like, you should have jumped on that one. I mean, the guy's won here. He's won here twice, correct?
Once.
Listen, who could say?
Former world number one.
Probably have to check, but
before Mark and then Mark King went.
He's
to,
just
went
so
to
solid.
Taco Bell.
So solid.
Can we talk about the fact that the Honma CEO left Honma and went to Taco Bell? He's running Taco Bell now.
Yum Brands is the holding company.
I think
he's just Taco Bell.
Bell. He's not
is he?
KFC.
It's
or
Randy's boy,
McDonald's.
Mark King,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the foot golf guy.
Oh, he was a TaylorMade guy
Big
before.
holes. Yeah. Big
Oh,
big
God,
holes.
that is your boy.
Yeah.
Or any thoughts on Justin Rose?
No, not at all.
Okay, Randy?
Nah, I did want to shout out to Justin Rose. I read he and his wife are putting up money for a ladies European golf tour.
Covered this on the pod this week.
Yeah.
Say it again. Props to Justin.
We're in
Rose.
on that. Very in
So
on that.
that's great. But yeah, no other feeling.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
it could be. It's kind of ambush marketing, because he's a big Morgan Stanley guy, and this is Schwab.
A big what guy?
Oh,
Morgan Stanley.
he
Morgan.
he is proud
So
to
now
partner.
he's partnering with Charles Schwab. He's proud to partner with him.
All right, next topic. Ricky, mic'd up. Did you guys catch anything interesting from his caddy convos with Joe Scover?
All of the all the stuff that most people would say is non-interesting was the interesting stuff to me. Like when like, oh man, like what's the wind doing? Da 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 da. Like that's what I want to hear. Like Faldo, shut up.
I caught him talking about temporary immovable object relief, which I've been riding for reform in that department of the rule book. Obstruction, excuse me. And
By
he
the way,
was-
welcome to the resistance.
yeah. Well, no, I've been on this block since Sony. When I think it was Brennan Steele took an outrageous drop from the grandstands.
Talk to me. Your older brother's been fighting this fight for
Listen, I'm
5
joining.
or 6
I'm-
years.
He just got drafted.
I am proud to partner with Tron Carter.
been
Proud to
radicalized.
partner. And I thought that discussion was very interesting between both Ricky and Joe Scovron, but also with the rules official. And it seems like it's very boring, but I think for avid golf fans, that's what you want to hear.
No, it's good. Like that's the sport, right?
Yeah.
Like that's where the details are. And I, to reiterate what Tron said, anything is better than nothing. And
Or Faldo,
right,
where it's like, no, like I want to hear the guy talk to his caddy and take us through his process.
and even like post shot, right? Like he airmailed the approach into 18 and was like, the wind and. He airmailed a bunker shot earlier in the round. He stinks, by the way. He still stinks. I want to.
The quarantine's over.
It's over.
It's
Yes,
over. Exactly.
Let's go, baby.
But it's interesting. You get his reaction and like why that happened right away, and that's cool.
So the whole F-bomb thing from Brooks, Brooks was like, great fucking shit, man. But like that'll get the headlines. But for a lot of this, like I think. Yeah, Ricky didn't say a whole lot, but like that's kind of the point, right? It shows you, and I guess there's other guys that are going to do it the rest of the week too. So,
TC,
Randy
would you
won't
like to?
say it. Kudos to Ricky for doing it.
Yes.
No one else wanted to do it.
TC, could you share another F-bomb incident that happened today?
yeah, I hopped on live radio. Actually,
First
Randy
radio
Anna-
hit ever?
No, I've
No,
been on
Come on,
radio.
he's a
come on.
pro.
Season vet.
He's a pro.
I hadn't been on in forever, and hopped on the ticket in Dallas, and I dropped I said bullshit right off the bat, and they
Yeah, I said it.
They dumped me for like 10 seconds.
It was code red in the ticket studios
That
there.
is sick. Last thing on Ricky, Randy, would you like to make a statement on the Quicken Loans IPO?
Well, yes, thank you. And I was a little disappointed Ricky didn't talk through that on the course today. But yeah, I think it's something to keep an eye on. There are worries that we're entering a real estate apocalypse with everything going on. So, if Quickens is getting back into that ninja loan game, then, it might be a short buy and then dump. But, that's not official advice.
Pump and dump?
It could be a pump and dump. And if you need a trading platform, Schwab offers many wonderful trading platforms.
Zero commission.
There you go.
Zero commissions,
All right.
but that's not an
I don't
official
even know if
recommendation.
we're allowed to say that.
We're moving right along.
I am not.
That's enough. That's enough out of you. That's enough. We're going to go straight to Spieth. Spieth is bucking. TC, I understand you had some intel regarding Spieth's warm-up session today.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, and tell me what
It
happened.
took him like 35 seconds to pull the club back
And you were concerned.
on a driver. I was terrified. He looks so uncomfortable over the ball all day on screen, but he's 5 under. So
How sick
and
is
he
that?
stinks because he bogeyed the first hole,
He did.
Par five.
Par five.
which is
Comfy par
basically a
five.
double.
Basically spotting the field 2 shots.
Yeah.
All right,
And he,
so
like,
how-
he went so far right. I was like, I didn't even know that was over there.
How do you feel about his chance? Do you like his chances?
I
this
love
week?
his
And
chances
how about long
because
term?
he's got Greller on the bag, and Greller's going to carry him to victory.
Okay, Randy, thoughts on Spieth?
Well, I was at one point this morning or I don't know, whenever he teed off, I saw a text come through, Spieth stinks. So I was immediately concerned. Tron had, obviously sent out the bat signal.
The threat level's been raised.
Exactly.
Which I picked him to win. So I just wanted.
Right.
Somebody slid in and said, "Oh, not a whole lot of Spieth hate from you today." I said, "I picked him to win."
There you have it.
Someone just chimed in the comments asking me if I would like to address Ches Reeves' round, which I would. 1 over par, 71 T94. Neil, great call,
I
man.
would like to address this. Ches isn't getting a look from Coach. All he needs is a look. All right.
Best field in the history of the PJ Tour lining up. This was for sure the
he
week.
got benched.
For sure the week where
he just needs
Ches
a
was
look.
going to break through.
I thought this was a place where he was going to hustle his way to the top. I'll own that one. It was a bad pick. I do want to say that Sungjae Im is on the leaderboard. I think he's top 20, so I like that.
All right, I want to go back to Randy on Spieth because I always think your thoughts on him are interesting.
I think Spieth regaining form and winning again would be the best thing that could happen for golf right now. I think he is the best player alive right now, and he also may stink from time to time. What worried me most, honestly, Tron backed up. Like you said, he looked really uncomfortable pulling the trigger early in the round, and I think that would be, if we're being honest, what we need to keep an eye on, right? Because you can kind of, not all the time, but you can kind of sometimes see when guys get a little uncomfortable, and
But that's for me with
the grips
Spieth,
and regrips start
it's the
happening.
most relatable thing. Like if he's in contention, to watch him like battle his demons. Like if he's got, like on the podcast, the NLU podcast, he's talking about he's got like 3 different swings and all these thoughts going on in his head. It's like that's what I feel like.
So I feel like
It's unbelievable.
It's good. I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can win with
2 things. Like,
but it's gonna be fun to watch.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun to
obviously
watch.
he's been deep in the lab. Maybe he's been too deep in the lab. Secondly, like that
You've said he's been in the lab for like 4 years.
he has.
Well, in fairness, he has been. He has been. He's got
Secondly-
a huge R&D budget.
He's on the Manhattan
Secondly,
Project.
that I was waiting for him to make like a double or a triple today, just so I could say like more like HBO Max par or whatever, like max score, because he has the HBO Max.
It's too bad. Too bad we were deprived of that.
I wish I had the womp womp button over here to press. That's
I'm
not
sorry,
good.
guys.
That's not good.
No, I love Spieth. Spieth's the best
All
for
right.
so many reasons.
Love it. Let's move on. I want to give a shout out to Morikawa. Also bucking.
Such an
TC,
elegant game.
You called this out on the pod.
I just said, yeah. I mean, it's a iron player's dream. The other thing about Spieth, I want to say, he's got the hybrid that driving iron back in the bag, which is very, very, very comforting to me. And he seems like to be placing that. But I think guys that really hit it close with their irons around here tend to play well.
Yeah. I'd like to touch. Go ahead.
Real quick on
Yeah.
Morikawa. Sorry. I think we have to. Is he your favorite Cal Bear alum playing at Colonial? Who shot even par or better?
No, I'm gonna stick with Max. I'm sorry.
No, Morikawa was crazy impressive though.
He's super solid.
People in the comments also pointing out him and Harold both playing in the afternoon. Conditions much tougher
Yes.
in the afternoon today. So props to
Like
them.
relatively speaking, I don't know if the conditions were all that tough though. Like, the wind is not what the wind
True.
could be there.
It
But
sounds like-
point taken.
It sounds like conditions, or it's much cooler than the cameras make it appear.
Many people asking if Morikawa is a dog. I don't know if we have the data to really weigh
It's
in on
early.
that
Too
It's
yet.
small of a
early.
sample
But
size.
honestly, like he's the kind of guy, true freshman. Throw him in the ring.
Yeah.
See how he does.
Honest
right?
Abe's up there.
Yes, honest
What-
Abe's up there.
You guys know I'm not much of a dog guy. What's like the most elegant dog? Like just like
I
Like
feel
an
like
Irish setter?
Morikawa is.
yeah.
He might have some. Wow, that's like a super dog, like a Rhodesian Ridgeback. Very elegant,
Yeah.
but it's like a lion killer.
A Vizsla, maybe?
That's
Yeah.
a similar dog. Exactly.
Like an,
Like it's so clean,
Yeah.
right?
he
Like
might even be a horse, like an English warm blood horse.
or a German short hair pointer. Very clean, not a lot of
Yeah.
shedding going on. I
Yeah.
like that.
I like that
I
too.
want to talk about Jimmy Walker for a second. Steel shaft, shot 70 today, driving distance, 323-yard average, driving accuracy, 50% of fairways hit. How do you guys feel about the steel shaft? What are you thinking?
absolutely no thoughts on the steel shaft.
cool.
I know
Next topic.
I know it's close to your heart. I think, can I be honest with you for a second?
Yes.
I think you're searching for a tool you're searching for a panacea, right? Or a cure. But I think it's a problem within,
Okay.
right? I think you got to look inward.
Well, thank you for airing me out on
You aired yourself out
on
You-
the live show.
There's
I
no
asked
other
for your
reason to
thoughts
talk
on this
about
steel shaft.
Walker, Texas backstopper.
No, because it's been in the news. I thought it would be something that was a fun storyline to follow throughout the week. You know what? I'm sorry.
I have
I'm
a
sorry.
question. I have a question. All right.
guys
So
are
first
bad
of all,
guys.
we need to acknowledge Tom Lehman, past champ. People have been dogging the past champs, which, listen, I have too, I think. But, props to him for shooting 65. When did Daniel Berger get good again?
I don't know.
T-
I wasn't prepared for that.
We had not been made aware of this.
Listen, TC, that wasn't on the agenda. He's hijacking the script.
It was on a. To be fair to TC, it was on a prior agenda. TC, I don't know the answer to that question though.
Yeah. And then I also want to talk about Tyler Duncan.
Kudos to you on that one.
Thank you. Remember my FedEx Cup squad. Picked
I think
him.
Solly was on that one as well. So kudos to him as well.
Let's talk about Phil's shades. Can you guys give me your best analogy for Phil's look?
California Highway Patrol.
A chippy.
Yeah.
That's what they call them, the chippies.
I was gonna say
CHP.
he looks like a retired airman who's now flying cross country. TC, what are they? 750. What do you fly cross country? 737s.
Like 67, 77s.
Yeah, like that's the
Commercial
look.
or like a FedEx?
Commercial,
Cup?
commercial. Yeah,
FedEx
like that's the
Cup.
look like in the airport lounge or
think he's-
off the job a
You
little
think
bit.
it's the look of someone who's lost the edge?
He's like a tenured captain.
Is he cougar?
Yeah.
Is he
He's comfortable. He's
cougar? Borderline cougar?
No, he's comfy, right?
Yeah.
But
Ryan Nanny had a tweet. He said
Many people saying defund lefty.
Ryan Nanny had a tweet earlier. He said he had that big dad who goes to his kid's soccer game and does deals on his Bluetooth.
Well,
all
you
the
know what
time.
helped with that was
Vibe.
the like 25-ounce coffee cup, thermos, Yeti, whatever you want to call it, that he took out to the first tee. I mean, that feels like.
Well, I saw it on the first
That's
tee.
a good move.
Oh, no, he
DJ
had
told
it
me he walked down the
on
fairway.
the golf course. Like he hit a
Well, that's
shot
what I'm
into
saying.
10, and Tim, his brother, like immediately hands him the massive Yeti. It looked like anybody just playing a Saturday morning round of
Yeah.
golf. It was great.
unbelievable. I gotta wonder if he
What
had
a
to
loon.
use the restroom at any point on the course. I mean, you take down that much coffee, could get interesting.
do
around-
you have any stories about
You've had
finding
your
a restroom
issues
at
over on the
Colonial?
horrible horseshoe.
Listen,
We're
I
not
was
getting
going to
into
bring
that.
that up,
We're not
but
getting into
listen, there's not a lot of bathroom coverage out there on the front nine. Let's be honest. Moving on. TC, we already talked about the past champs. How about the telecast? Did it look different? Did it feel different?
No, it looked exactly the same.
Okay.
I think we've already kind of covered this.
Praise progress. Miking up Ricky, miking up other players will be great. I would the app, not really telecast related, but I know DJ, you were
Tourcast.
you were
Yeah, it's
were
awesome.
loving the
I
app.
logged
feel
in this morning.
DJ's
I
been
thought it was
held
great.
hostage by the tour. Like,
No.
he hasn't shut up about the tour.
I enjoyed the feature
Oh,
group
yes.
coverage this morning.
I almost tweeted, you can take the boy away from the tour, but you can't take the tour away from the boy.
Guys, the
in
tour
response
is
to your-
80% fantastic, and there are 20% things that you guys like to focus on.
Sortable stats on the website.
No, the
Like,
Tourcast.
give us some
Tourcast is
database.
great.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Corn Ferry update.
Oh God, I'm glad we
Who
finally
is-
got here.
Who is, quote, in the open field and bucking
Well,
over at TPC Dice
Congrats
Valley?
to Curtis Luck. Went out early this morning. Had his first competitive hole-in-one.
How did he finish up?
He's currently
3 under, tied for 10th. Paul,
Barjon.
Barjon.
Yeah, it's from like French New Caledonia.
That's
One of those like protectorate islands. And
God,
That's
that's
crazy.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's leading 6 under. Luke Lift is tied for second,
Nice usage.
4 under.
Grayson Murray walked off the course today
I-
at 13 after pumping a couple balls in the water, which
Good.
is like the farthest you can get from the clubhouse out there on Valley.
Yeah, good intel from a volunteer. Pass that along via Twitter. So keep any volunteers out there, please keep funneling us that information.
The Shrimp shot 80. Davis Riley shot 79. That came out of nowhere. We've got a Wild World of Golf coming out.
Yeah, I was going to say, we were out there last week, so hopefully next week we'll have a Wild World of Golf to give people a peek at Dyes Valley, since it's not televised this week.
Ben Coles, one of the guys in the Wild World of Golf, shot 68. He's currently T24.
Hell yes.
We got Hank Lebioda, T24. Mike Weir, T24, 2 under, 68. Justin Lauer, NLU young hitter, 68. And then Justin Huber, another NLU young hitter, 70. Charlie Saxon, NLU young hitter, 70. So
Awesome. Thank you for that update. I think, lastly, TC, the Schwab raffle, the website was
schwabgolf.com. They make it easy for you.
Schwab.
Say it again.
Schwab. All right, everyone, thanks for joining. Hopefully, Sally will be back tomorrow to make this run a little more smoothly. But I
Neil-
think we had a good time.
Neil, what a debut. Let me be the first to say, what a debut.
Hey, cheers
Thank
to that
you.
big guy. TC, cheers to you. Christoph, cheers to you too, you narc.
Hey, thanks.
Cheers. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.